Let's kick things off in this explainer by acknowledging a pretty harsh reality right out of the gate. People are going to doubt your dreams. They might question your abilities, and honestly, some might even laugh out loud at your biggest goals. But today, we're going to uncover the actual mechanics of why all that external doubt is completely irrelevant, and how harnessing self-belief is literally the first step to achieving absolutely anything extraordinary. Think about it. Every great success in human history, every major invention, every massive company, every world-changing movement, it all began with just a single person who believed in a dream before anyone else did. Society constantly tells us we need a consensus, right? Like we need a cheering section or some committee of approval before we can even start taking action. But history shows us the exact opposite. You really only need an audience of one.
All right, let's jump into Section 1, the choice to believe. Success starts from within.
Look at it this way. If your underlying belief is that you're weak or incapable, your brain naturally programs you to avoid challenges just to protect you. It's literally a built-in defense mechanism. But if you shift that belief to "I am capable," your entire behavioral output transforms. You step up. You take action. Your life quite literally rises or falls to the level of your own self-belief. Because success, it isn't about acquiring a bunch of external resources first. It's entirely an inside job.
Moving on to Section 2, silencing the noise. Defying external limits.
So as you start stepping up, you're inevitably going to hear the classics. You know the ones. You're dreaming way too big. You'll never make it, or my personal favorite, the ultimate dream killer, just be realistic. When you hear this, remember a fascinating little quirk of human psychology. The people projecting these limits onto you are only judging you based on who you are today. And more often than not, they're really just verbalizing their own personal fears.
You absolutely must relentlessly believe in who you can become tomorrow. If someone else can't imagine you achieving a massive goal, well, that's a limitation of their imagination, not a limitation of your capability. Do not adopt their boundaries. Because the second you adopt their ceiling as your own, your growth stops cold.
Now, it's one thing to ignore other people, but it's a whole different ballgame to intercept your own inner critic. When your brain whispers, "I'm not good enough," you have to actively replace it with, "I'm learning every day." When it says, "I'll probably fail," flip it immediately to, "I'll grow no matter what happens." And hey, this isn't just fluffy motivation. It's actual cognitive rewiring. Thanks to neuroplasticity, the words you repeat to yourself consistently literally become the beliefs you live by.
Which brings us to Section 3, confidence through action. Earning your belief.
A lot of folks out there seem to think confidence is just some genetic trait, but self-belief is 100% earned. Think of it like a bank account. Every single time you keep a promise to yourself, even something as small as waking up with your alarm, you deposit trust. Every challenge faced deposits courage. These tiny, seemingly insignificant victories build compounding interest over time until, eventually, you've got unshakable confidence.
So the huge takeaway here is that you need to fundamentally flip the script in your head. Stop waiting around to magically feel confident before you start pursuing your goals. You have to take action first, even when you're absolutely terrified, so that the confidence will naturally follow as a byproduct of that action.
Let's look at Section 4, the invisible growth. Keep going when nobody claps. To actually survive the quiet, lonely phases of your journey, you need a crystal clear vision. Just close your eyes for a second. Visualize a future version of yourself speaking confidently, living with intense purpose, and really helping others. Neurologically speaking, your mind actively moves toward the images you create consistently. You've got to believe in that future version of yourself way before the rest of the world can see it.
That quiet grind, it requires immense resilience. Because honestly, the strongest individuals don't need an audience to keep executing their habits. Their engine runs entirely on internal fuel. They just keep going, especially when absolutely no one is around to cheer them on. Think of your progress kind of like a seed, buried deep underground. To anyone just walking by up above, it looks like a completely barren patch of dirt, like nothing is happening at all. But beneath the surface, the roots are rapidly strengthening, securing this massive structural foundation that is absolutely necessary for future growth. Like in week 1, you're basically just buried in the dirt. By week 4, roots are growing, completely invisible to the outside world. It might take months to finally break through the soil. But because of that quiet, unseen root-building phase, you eventually grow into a mighty tree that can withstand pretty much any storm. And you know what? Your personal goals work exactly the same way.
You have to maintain intense belief in yourself, even when the external results are totally invisible to your friends, your family, or your peers. The lack of immediate, visible results is not evidence that you're failing. It's literally just the root-building phase of your success.
Bringing us to our final part, Section 5, Your Extraordinary Future, the Chain Reaction of Belief.
This whole journey is a literal chain reaction. A single, solitary belief gives you the courage to take just one action. You repeat that action, and it solidifies into a totally unbreakable habit. And once that habit takes root, well, your entire life trajectory completely changes.
When that chain reaction finally plays out, the world that ignores you today is going to look at you and wonder how on earth you did it. And you'll know the quiet, powerful answer. You simply never stopped trusting yourself when it mattered most.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final challenge. Are you finally going to stop waiting for the world's permission to chase your dreams and instead rely on your own belief and let your actions prove the rest? If you're ready to make that choice, comment "I believe in myself" down below. Make sure to subscribe and join us in our next explainer for Day 28, where we'll be uncovering the highly specific daily habits that separate true winners from everybody else. See you then.